I'm Liv.
And I'm Luke.
And this is our Jimny Daisy. And over the next 2 weeks, we're going to be taking you through Namibia. Welcome to Namibia. Over the next 2.5 weeks, we're driving from Cape Town all the way up to Etosha National Park. We're stopping along the way at places like Kolmanskop, Luderitz, Sossusvlei, Damaraland, Etosha, Spitzkoppe, and the Fish River Canyon. Come along with us as we show you how to travel Namibia, self-drive, driving from South Africa, camping along most of the way. We can't wait to show you. We are approaching the Namibian border after an epic road trip day. It's actually been smooth sailing from Cape Town all the way up. We have driven 631 kilometers and we're probably 100 k's from the border post now. We had a wimpy breakfast at Klava, classic, must be done. Did a refuel stop in Piketberg, Klava, and then in Springbok now. And we are very, very excited to be approaching Namibia. The landscape is looking beautiful. We've reached kind of that Namakwa sort of biome. There are quiver trees, there's beautiful like red sand and beautiful rock formations, and yeah, it's kind of all just making us feel like we're getting closer and closer to Namibia. Where are we at?
At the border.
We're going to Namibia! Border crossing done!
Really simple.
Border crossing done. We're officially in Namibia. Okay, so just South Africans or anybody who's doing a land border crossing, I'm just going to take you through what happened. So you drive through, you get a little slippy of paper, and then you go through to South African customs, or South African immigration. So stamp out of South Africa, then you go to the police service and they tick some boxes, sign some papers, and make sure you're clear to go, exit the country. Then you drive across into the Namibian side, and there you first go to immigration. You'll fill in a little paper form there, bring a pen, because they did not have any pens. And yeah, you fill in your little form, and then you take a passport, and as a South African, you don't need any visa or anything on arrival. You just show your passport, and that is fine, and you'll get a 30-day visa. Then you will pop across to the foreign vehicle registration office, where basically you fill in forms about your car. You need to have your car registration papers, although to be honest they didn't even ask to look at mine. And then you pay a fee of 445 Namibian dollars, which is equivalent to 445 South African rand, which allows you to use the Namibian roads using your South African car. Then you pop to the customs, where if you've got anything to declare, you need to declare it then. You're not allowed to take any uncooked meat in, as far as I know. I don't think there are any other limitations. And then you're away and you are in Namibia. So we are 10 minutes away from our first accommodation. It is just before 3 o'clock, so not too shabby of a drive day. And we're going to go relax on the banks of the Orange River.
After 700 kilometers of driving, we finally made it to our accommodation on the banks of the Orange River. Due to the unprecedented rains in Namibia, the river was in full flood, so a dip wasn't exactly on the cards for that evening. Little did we know that these floods would completely change our plans for our drive up to Luderitz the next day. So
round 2. Let's try this thing. We had to drive back to the beginning, basically restart. So we are now an hour and a half into our day and we have made no distance, but we now have a full tank of petrol and about 300 k's to Kolmanskop, and then fill up again, and then about 140 k's to Luderitz from there. So let's start this again. Round 2. Let's go.
Refilled.
Drove around the whole of the Fish River Canyon today. Like, I feel like we've seen so much of Namibia. Anyway, it's been epic. It's now 5 o'clock, so we've been going for 8 hours, and we are, fingers crossed, about 10 minutes away from Luderitz, which is our stop for the night. The reason we're here is because it is the gateway to Kolmanskop, which is a abandoned ghost town, which is kind of in the sand, in the desert, and yeah, like a very cool place to visit. Anyway, we'll show you around Luderitz. Well, probably not so much of Luderitz. Hopefully a nice sunset though, and then we will show you around Kolmanskop, the ghost town, which apparently is best to do sunset and sunrise. I'm not sure if we're going to manage sunset today because we are all quite finished after a very long day, but definitely sunrise on our way out tomorrow, which we'll show you around.
Mist is setting in.
Let's get ahead of the mist! We got ahead of the mist. It's so cool. So this is like abandoned ghost town called Kolmanskop, and it's like at the end of a random road. And I think it used to be a mining town, and then when the mine closed, everyone left, and now it's a ghost town. And like you'll see there are all these buildings like on a hill, and basically the desert and the dunes have just like taken over. Anyway, as we were driving here, this mist was just coming in and we were like, are we gonna see it? And then we took a picture, and then the mist set in, and then we drove a little bit closer, and then we could see it, and the mist cleared. Anyway, let's go check out what these buildings look like inside. Oh wow. That's incredible. This is so cool. Wow.
What are you doing down there?
Broken window. That's incredible.
That's Mom. We haven't introduced you to her, but we'll introduce later. Just some structural flaws. Flaws. Of course, we'll have a look. This place is incredible. We've been going through a couple of the houses, the architect's house, the quartermaster, but this place is insane. A little place lost in time, and filled with sand. I can only imagine how much of a mission it must have been to keep your house clean when you're in the desert. That one's even lower. Let's get in here. So we've just turned off the main tar road onto the gravel road, which will be the rest of our day. We've been going at 120 up until now, so we are now slowing down a little bit. Hopefully we can be a bit more fuel efficient. But first things first, we have to deflate our tires. The heat and the tar roads, we need to deflate to about 1.8 bars, where we would usually be on 2 to 2.2 bars. So yeah, time to deflate and cruise.
After spending a morning exploring the ghost town of Luderitz, we then drove 460 k's up through the gravel roads of Namibia to Sossusvlei. The gravel roads were definitely a little bit rough and we were facing some major corrugation at times, but we took a recommended scenic route which turned out to be absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh, look. This is where we're camping tonight. Okay, so we're going to turn right in 400 meters. And then these are our campsites.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's so epic. And then, yeah, there's the petrol station. And where's the pool? There's the pool in the middle. I don't think we're going to fill up now, but we're just going to check in, see what's happening. We made it! After a long day out on the road, we have officially arrived at Sossusvlei. This is the place I have been most excited for to come and stay at. We are staying at Sossus Oasis Camp. This is right near the Sesriem gate, which is the entrance gate to Sossusvlei National Park, which is where you go and you see Deadvlei. And here it's kind of like a premium campsite where you've got electricity, your own little kitchenette, your own toilet, shower, and there's even a shared swimming. Good morning guys, it is 6:53. We are at the gate to enter Sossusvlei, which takes you through to Deadvlei and Dune 45. We are busy watching the sky turn a beautiful orange colour as the sun is coming up over the mountains. We're sipping on some coffee, having some rusks that Luke's mom made, and we're just waiting to be let in the gate.
We arrived yesterday and met some people at the pool, and we got to talking, and they were telling us that even though the gates open at 7, there's going to be a queue. So we rushed out at 6:30 this morning to get ourselves in the queue. We were about number 14 or so, and yeah, we now just wait until we get in,
which should be in a couple of minutes. Then they're going to start letting the cars in. But what's really cool is that they just give you a number, and they've like counted how many people are in the car and whatever, and they just let you all in, which is awesome because obviously everybody's kind of like gunning for sunrise, that sort of thing, and then you pay at the end. So yeah, we'll just pay when we come out, which is clever that it's staggered and we can actually just go in and worry about payment later.
Exactly. So that will be 150 per person, and then 50 rand or 50 Namibian dollars per car. So 4 of us, 2 cars, so we do the math.
700.
700. Perfect.
Yeah, and just what we're gonna do is we're gonna head, so as you enter the park, it's about 60 kilometers until you get to Deadvlei itself, which is like the final point. You'll first encounter Dune 45, which if you're wanting to do a hike up that, obviously the cooler in the day the better, but the advice we've heard is that everybody sort of stops there. For us, the main thing we're most keen on is Deadvlei, and that's at the end. So we're actually just going to push straight through to Deadvlei, do that while the sun is coming up, hopefully while there are fewer people there. We're hoping the cars in front of us stop at Dune 45 first, and then on our way back we'll pass Dune 45.
Exactly.
So that's the way we're going to do it. Anyway, we'll see you in there.
Hemsbock?
Oh my god, sorry. I knew Hemsbock.
So we have done our little bit of 4x4ing, a little bit of 5k on some thick sand, and now we have arrived at Sossusvlei, and it is a 15 to 20 minute walk over the dunes to get to Deadvlei. So we'll show you what that looks like now. There is Deadvlei, looking very alive.
Luke was saying that this is obviously Deadvlei, it's usually super dry, but you can actually see some footprints. So we've obviously just had major floods here in Namibia, and I think that this would have filled up with some water, and then people obviously walked, and what's normally this like dry, cracked mud is now a little bit different, which is so cool.
All of these people have no idea that they're in the presence of an influencer. Trying to get the shot, eh?
Trying to get a photo without people in it. And the sun, and you gotta wait for the sun. I think we got the shot. That was absolutely epic. We've just had the most incredible morning exploring Deadvlei. It's been the top of my bucket list and absolutely surpassed all expectations. The drive to Deadvlei is about an hour's drive once you've entered the gates of the park. You'll then come to a 2x4 car parking where I believe you can park your car and walk all the way to Deadvlei, but I think that's then about a 5-kilometer walk. Or what you do is you drive through with your 4x4. It's like a very duney, sandy road, but really nothing a little bit of four-wheel drive can't handle. And then you park there. There's a parking that says Deadvlei, and then you walk on the sand dunes for about 15 to 20 minutes to get into Deadvlei. After an incredible morning of exploring Sossusvlei and Deadvlei, it was time to head back to camp for some much needed rest and relaxation after a few days of being on the go. We absolutely loved our stay at Sossus Oasis campsite, finding the views of the mountains just incredible.
How's it going, Dad?
Oh, fantastic. Really beautiful out here.
No better way to end off the day. That's Mum and Dad.
Fire time, bright time.
Cheers, guys.
Drink time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What do we got on the menu tonight, Gav?
Waffles going on the
Waffles.
fire, or jaffles. And then we got lamb chops, as well as some boerewors from Namibia.
And a healthy salad, of course.
Naturally healthy salad.
Gotta get your veggies in.
Your greens.
Gotta get your greens. So keen.
After another gorgeous evening around the campfire and a delicious braai, we made sure we got an early night. Because tomorrow, we're in for an incredible treat. This is a massive, massive bucket list item that we're finally getting to tick off.
Breakfast.
Land. that was smooth.
Not down.
Yeah.
Just made it.
We survived.
Zo vast. Vast weg van die karren. Niet met de pret. Vast.
Die aanhouding.
Take it straight. Straight in the basket.
Perfect.
Good.
That was nuts.
That was crazy.
That was so beautiful.
Wow. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Yeah.
And now we got breakfast.
Now we get to have a champagne breakfast.
Breakfast time.
Yep. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Wow. We've just finished up the most incredible hot air balloon ride over Sossusvlei with Namib Sky Balloon Safaris. They're an incredible company, and I definitely highly recommend them to anybody who is keen to have this experience when you're traveling to Namibia. They are like the hot air balloon company in the area, and they have an incredible initiative as well where they support a local school, which is like the only school in a 200-kilometer radius, where they are like the main donor of this school, and just a community upliftment as well. But the experience was absolutely epic. We got here first thing, like before sunrise, got the safety briefing, and then headed out in the vehicles to the balloon takeoff site. And there we basically watched as the sun was rising, and just got to experience the sky like turning this beautiful pink. We could see the sand dunes in the distance, mountains in the distance, and basically just had that. The balloons then did their like big woof sound thing, which was amazing, and then we got into the basket. It was so light, easy, gentle, like really not scary at all, and we were soon up and away. Really cool. And then we landed and had the most epic champagne breakfast, and we've got our certificates. Luke's just arrived. He's bought himself a new purchase.
Got a hat.
This is Sir Luke Attenborough on safari.
Indeed.
Here we go, babes. This is our flight certificates.
I survived.
We survived hot air ballooning in Namibia. Epic.
So that wraps up 3 epic days in Sossusvlei. We've had an incredible time here, so we just thought that we'd spend a few minutes giving you our impressions on the place.
So final thoughts and impressions for this area. First up, we just want to say that we've had the most incredible time at Sossus Oasis campsite. They're from the Tuleni Africa group, and I believe that they have a few different locations, camps around Namibia. But we've absolutely loved our stay here. The facilities have been incredible. The location has been incredible. Literally 100 meters from the Sesriem entrance gate. You can stay in I think it's called the Soshan camp, which is the same collection, but
We'll put the name.
We'll put the name below. But basically it's inside the national park, which means that you get an hour early access to drive through to places like Deadvlei and Dune 45. So that would have been pretty cool to have that early access, a little bit ahead of the crowds. But we've absolutely loved this campsite and would 10 out of 10 recommend it. I'm going to put a booking link in the description below. Second thoughts were about Deadvlei and going into the Sossusvlei National Park and how we did that. We absolutely would recommend getting up super early and getting there as soon as you can. What we did was we gunned it all the way to Deadvlei because that was kind of our highlight of the place and of the day, and we absolutely loved that. We were so happy that we got there early and that we were ahead of most of the crowds. We were ahead of the heat and kind of got there just at the right time for sunrise lighting and everything. What we did kind of regret was that it's about an hour's drive to get there, and we didn't really stop along the way. We were so focused on getting there, which meant that we excuse me, we didn't stop and take any pictures of the dunes in that beautiful orange sunrise lighting, which in hindsight we kind of wish we'd just stopped a couple of times and taken those pics. So if that's you, do that. But also it's the kind of park that you could totally go into at least twice during your stay here. And you could do a totally different day where you just do Dune 45 and the scenery. So yeah, that was our thoughts on the park and how we did that.
And then there was the hot air balloon flight this morning. Absolutely incredible. The views, the whole experience was absolutely incredible. From the team, the flight, the champagne breakfast, everything was perfect to the T. And yeah, so awesome to see what the Namib Sky's team is doing there for the community and also just the tourism.
While it is it is a pricier experience, we definitely say that it's worth it.
Absolutely worth it.
It's like such a bucket list adventure, and while we didn't get to fly over the dunes, you could, but even if you're not, you're flying over the Namib Desert, which is just breathtaking in its own sense. So yeah, definitely a worthwhile bucket list item.
Absolutely a once in a lifetime experience, and definitely worth treating yourself if you can.
We'll also link below how you can book that.
Absolutely. So a lot of people we've noticed will spend only one night here, and they will go and do the Dune 45 and Sossusvlei, Deadvlei experience and then move on. But we really have enjoyed our 3 nights or 3 days.
3 nights.
Well, 3 nights.
Yeah.
Our 3 nights stay here, and would definitely recommend it as a place to take a break and slow down. It's been a lot of driving on some crazy roads. We've covered over 2,000 kilometers already.
Jeepers.
So
that's driving up from Cape Town.
Just from Cape Town in the past 5 days. So definitely a worthwhile stopover and place to take a little break.
Yeah, we've enjoyed the afternoons just like relaxing and resting and just enjoying the beautiful scenery. And every night the sunset's different. So
it's incredible.
Why not have 3 of those?
Yeah.
So that basically wraps up we're going to wrap up this episode, this vlog here. So that's going to be the first in our series of our Namibia series. We're going to take 1 night now to go to Spitzkoppe, recharge the batteries, staying in a chalet.
And then you can look forward to some epic camping time.
Yeah.
7 days lined up of some awesome camping. We're going through Damaraland, Etosha, and then onto Spitzkoppe. Correct? Yeah. So some seriously awesome camping experiences up ahead. Etosha is the place that I'm looking most forward to. But
yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Cheers.